Yeah. We had drama coming in on this live stream today. I don't know what happened. Hey, Marlon, how you doing, Marlon? Thank you so much, Marlon, for coming in.
Didn't get.
Um,
Yeah, they have a great band. They do a they have a awesome band over there.
yeah,
She's a really
she's
cool
amazing.
supporter.
All right. I will keep checking your channel to see that it has. Thank you, EK. EK, I don't know what happened. StreamYard just refused to start today. And when you're asking me what is wrong or what's happening, I didn't get it. But then finally, I think it made sense because we started the live and then it wasn't streaming on YouTube. So I had to go start a whole new, fresh
And then
live stream.
finally, I think it made
Um,
sense because we
Yeah,
started.
I have it on my channel now.
awesome. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. So let me see. Yeah, guys. So
Unbiased
you
is
can
in
watch
channel.
this. You can watch this live stream on either Random J's channel or you can watch it on my channel. It needs like WH support, so I need you guys to like help him support his watch. He doesn't need subscribers. He just needs watch hours. He just needs to get his 4K. So yeah, so that's the only thing I would ask you to just assist me. And Bias LLC, I see you there on Random J's
Yeah.
channel. I can see there. These are Random J's people. So if you're wondering where we are on my live stream. So I just gave him that power to at least be able to stream also on his channel. I don't know. Yeah, so good Joseph, how you doing? Good Joseph, welcome. Random J Adventure is also chatting in his own channel. Yeah, we can see you. We can see you.
Uh,
We can
hope
see
the
you. We can
quality's
see you.
okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on
Yeah.
my
So
phone. I
let's
don't
see.
have
Let me
my
just.
camera set up. I have a Google Pixel, so that's my
It's very
choice right
good.
now, man. Yo, I had a
It's
bad
very.
day. I had an
It's
appointment
very.
I'm sorry. Is there an echo?
Yes, you may have to mute one of the. I think the where the live stream is playing. Do you have your laptop or something, or you're using your? I know you're using your Pixel, so
Yeah, I have my laptop next to me.
awesome because you can use your laptop to manage
Use my,
the
oh,
stream there. Yeah.
let me
All right.
try.
Everything looks good and yeah. And Bias LLC says everything looks good and sounds good. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate.
Oh,
Then
good.
Gede
Thank
says
you.
I used translator. My English is not good. Just watch you, but no worries. Thank you so much, then Gede. Don't worry. I speak very fast, but Jeremy speaks in a very measured way, so he'll kind of balance me out. So I know I speak very fast, like 10 words in I don't know, in less than a second. But yeah, we have Jeremy. He will definitely. Um, balance the stream out. That's why he's a co-host. EK says, I'm working on Pixel 7a right now. What these Pixel people, why are they showing off? But Pixel has the best, it does have the best pictures. Look at the way he looks. You can even see the pimple on his forehead. Like he looks
Oh,
he looks very clear. Just kidding, Jeremy. Just kidding, Jeremy. Okay, so Jerry is ready. Hey Mitch, how you doing, Mitch? Let's now get some music going. Just to make you feel comfortable before we start. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for really honoring us with this invite, despite the initial hurdles of getting onto this stream. We really appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for coming to do this, meeting my community. It's really an honor and pleasure to have you on this panel. If you don't know, Random J also happens to be my channel member. So yeah, you probably have seen him on the chats before, but today we decided to pull him up to come up on the panel so that we can have a great conversation. So he's the CEO of Random J Adventures. So you can type Random J there. He's my channel member. Nightbot will drop his link. I'm just going to share his link as well. You can also go to his channel and you can type a comment while on that channel and be able to see it even on this side. Yeah, because that's how cool StreamYard sometimes is. Like if he's sharing his live stream on the other side, all his supporters are able to read the chat so that if Jeremy is very busy talking here, I can be able to tell him that, oh, Unbiased LLC is saying hi to you because Unbiased LLC and I are not connected, but I know Unbiased LLC is from that side. Okay, so that's it. Music is good, sound is good, video is good. Okay, guys, we can start. Yeah. What else have you not done? I know people always remind you about this. What have I not done? There's something I've not done. I set the poll, right? What else? There's something I haven't done. I haven't I need to make this subscriber only because it just makes my life easier to manage. And also it gets me extra support. Um, and then we get the music going, and then we can get the show on the road. All right. Jeremy, you think you are settled enough? You're ready? Do you need to get some tea or something just to ease? It's going to be relaxed. It's just a chat. Um, okay, you have your water. I have my tea. I have my tea here. So
That sounds
I
good.
have my tea.
I can go get some tea. Yes, we'll have tea. Now
Yeah,
let me
by
get
all
some
means, you
tea.
can.
I'll be right back.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
gonna get some tea so I can have some tea with you.
All right. He's getting some tea, so I'll be here briefly welcoming people for a bit. Yeah, guys, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, please give us a thumbs up. I just want to drop the co-hosts channel on my pinned tab so that at least I give him that extra support. The co-host just needs like a lot of WH support, which Ike has just brought it to my attention. Jeremy just needs 3K because nowadays YouTube for North America, you don't need like 4K like the rest of us. Yeah, but yeah, he is at 3K. The good thing, Jeremy has done an amazing playlist. Like his playlist is so cool, and I think he puts every video that he does on the playlist, so it's always so easy to actually give him support in terms of like helping him out with that playlist. Let me just like finish editing something here real quick before you can come and help me read the messages. This is the beauty of having a co-host. You can actually just have the co-host read for you messages, and um, okay, you're not chilling per se, but pretty much like it makes it easier when you have a co-host to help read messages when the other host is either asleep or having tea or something like that. Okay. And then what else have we not done? We need to customize this. Sorry guys, I'll be within a bit. I just need to customize this live stream really quick. Um, Dear Goga, you're not clear like Jeremy. I'm not using then get it, I'm not using a pixel. I'm using my laptop. That's why I'm not clear like you. Why are you coming for me? I don't have a pixel because Gede is like say, why are you
You
not
have
clear
a
like random J?
yeah, you have a really cool
Why?
backdrop though, man. I like your backlight and plain little wall back here.
I'm
You
in
know.
I'm in Florida, baby. Like see.
Yeah.
I decided to
Hey,
like.
what
I
kind
was
of
like, look
treat?
at that. Is it
What kind of tea do you
me
like?
personally?
Because here in the South, we drink
Yeah.
sweet tea, cold sweet tea in the southern United States, and it's sweet tea, but and we meet at a mason jar, mason jar glass.
Nice.
Or do you
Like
have hot
that
tea?
looks. We have hot tea. That looks like cold tea for sure.
Yeah, cold, cold tea.
I can see the chill on the glass and stuff. It looks very interesting. Mine is hot tea because it's been cold season here, so I got this tea and then that's what I'm having. Hey, Gorex Corner is in the building. Monia, I thought I saw you. Monia, did you get your watch time? Did you get your watch time? Just let me know that real quick. Um, and then yeah, so Jeremy is all the way in Florida, so you can already tell he's having his like nice cold tea. I'm having my hot tea. Alcimo got his silver button last week. Congratulations once again, Alcimo. Yeah, he has 100,000 subscribers, guys. We are all ending there, So he got his silver button from YouTube, and so on and so forth. And then yeah, it's amazing. So Jeremy, one of the things you can do at the end of the live stream, you can actually trim your video. Like you can trim this live stream to where you want it to start. You can avoid all these things I'm saying at the beginning and then just have it start from where we started the interview. It's a very great way of just also ensuring that at least you have that video, and that also adds into your watch time. So that you're not just chilling on the live, but at least you can get that extra watch time while with me on the panel. And then I will ask my supporters to also just help you with your playlist. Yep, that's it. Okay,
Cool.
so I think we are ready. Let me just get something done. Sorry, guys. StreamYard refused to start today. This is the first time that has happened. But StreamYard sent me a message yesterday apologizing for the drama they've taken me through for the last 2 weeks, where we had messages being typed twice. When you type, Nightbot used to speak twice. So they say that they already solved that problem. So I think that is no longer an issue. So I hope if I type something, it's not like appearing twice. So that has been sorted out. Um, and then what else? What else? Let's see. And right, now I'll go back to the charts. Thank you so much, 70 million. is this an interview or something? And Biased LLC is asking. Yeah, it's I don't want to call it an interview and Biased LLC. I want to think of it as a conversation with my friend all the way in Florida. But yes, it will definitely take that style of an interview and things like that. So it will, because I'm getting to know him and he's also sharing his story as he helps me co-host the channel. And you can also learn a few things. He can give me a few tricks. I can give him a few tricks on live streams, and you can also just apply it. Because Jeremy has not been very big on live streams. Like, yeah, I remember I was telling him that you need to do live streams even when you're eating. You need to do live streams even when you're like going to the store, something like that. Yeah, and I think he caught on very fast. Like nowadays, I like how he does his live streams. Like the most random things, and you can see him doing the live stream. So I'm very proud of him for that, because I see at least there's a bit of growth in terms of his watch time. He celebrated 200. Was it 200, Jeremy? Today when you posted on your community page.
Yeah, in the 28-day period, the
Yeah,
I
200.
was able to get, yeah,
Yeah, 200
watch
WH
time.
yeah, watch time in 128 days. That's a really great progress. Welcome, Zelen. Welcome, Zelen. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, so we all have our tea. I think I've set up the background. Don't worry, guys. I always edit all these things out so that at least you guys, when you now come and replay, because I have a very dedicated rewatch community. So they come the following day, guys from Asia. So they always find the interview starting where we started talking, so that at least they don't have to get through the pleasantries of our conversation. How is the weather in Florida this afternoon?
Very beautiful today. You want to see?
Yes, please. Sure.
It's sunny.
Hey, shots, enjoy. Wow, it's sunny,
Very sunny.
brighter. Oh, wow. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I like your yard. It looks very good.
Yeah, I need to mow the
It's really
grass.
beautiful.
My
Wow.
friend's
All right,
boat,
nice.
the trailer. Just
Oh,
you see
nice.
that fence?
I always see this
The
on your.
fence?
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
still
wait.
down
Let me
from the
just put
last
you on.
hurricane.
Let me just put
Hurricane
it
came,
down on solo layout. Oh, wow. There you go. Wow, that's pretty good.
and
Pretty chill.
my
It's a
my
very
my
beautiful,
favorite
nice green yard.
my favorite cooking herb, rosemary.
Ah, nice. I love
Oh, it
rosemary.
smells so good. I love rosemary.
Yeah, we love rosemary. I love rosemary in my tea, and it's also in sometimes it makes food. Yeah, makes food
Very
tasty.
hot.
It is sunny in Texas. Somebody said it is very sunny in Texas. Not good at all. They need rain. um,
Uh-huh.
Amazing. So yeah, so he gave you some bit of weather. For me, here it is like almost 8 o'clock in the evening. So you can imagine it's nighttime here. So I don't have sun. I can't go show you outside. It's been a crazy day here in Kenya. We've been having protests, because political protests. So it's been crazy. Police, it's been police and the citizens, just freedom of expression and those kind of things, right to picket, and it's been crazy. It's been crazy, but I'm glad that we are finally here. Marlon says, "I saw a snake in the grass." No, if we saw a snake, I'm sure Jeremy would have like reacted in a different way. Unless the snake was waving at us. Hey
I'll go
Cherry,
catch them
hey
if you
Cherry
want.
Poise Adventure. Do you fear snakes? Random question.
I catch snakes and everything, man. It don't matter to me. Gators.
Florida
Yes,
is known for gators as well. How is that? Like that is, yeah. Florida is actually popular with gators and stuff like that. Kenya is cold, but politics is hot right now. Very, very hot. Thank you guys. I like how you guys are supporting Jeremy on his house. Yeah, you can be on that side if you feel like you want to come back this side. You can figure out where you want to. You can give support. It's perfectly fine. But it would be nice if you like support him on that other side so that he can get his watch time. I really want you guys to do that. All right, so the music is ready. We can start this conversation. So Random J Adventures is my amazing friend, supporter. We met here on YouTube through a mutual friend who I think has been very anticipating this live stream as well. And just meeting in those streams when you're networking and stuff like that's been really amazing. So I don't know. I've always I said I wanted to just get people who can at least inspire us in the month of July. And it's very curious because I was speaking to Shannon on Sunday. Shannon is a veteran like you. I was speaking to Drina. Drina is based in Drina is from California. She was here last week talking to us about her story and everything. So it's been very inspiring. And I remember I was like, I thought of you for some reason. I was like, I need to have Jeremy because I like Jeremy's like videos. There's just a way he's always laughing and laid back in his videos. It will be nice. And then I remember I saw you on Odom's Homestead live stream as on his panel, and I was like, yeah, you guys. I think when I was watching your playlist, and I think that day, I think you went and brought a hat. It was like a cowboy hat or something like that. It was the funniest thing ever when they were making you. Can you you remember
Yeah,
that
I got it here
that
somewhere.
particular yeah, that particular because when you're watching a playlist, you just stumble upon things and you're like, oh, okay, what's going on here now? Yeah, so I think at that point they were making you no, turn the hat this way, and I was like, he's fun, he's cool. I want him on the panel. So and that's how the idea of bringing you here was conceived. But little did I know that behind the laughter, behind all these things, there's a human being there and he has a story. And that's why I'm so happy to have you here tonight for us just to have this conversation. Everybody, Kakal Vlogger, I see you guys from Poland supporting Random J there in his channel. Thank you so much for that. Please give him a thumbs up so that it helps. It helps his views stick, okay? So that he gets that watch time. So don't just like pass by and then hi and then you leave, okay? Don't just do that hi and then you leave. Just give him that bit of support. He needs a watch time. He needs a watch time. I don't need a watch time. It's okay. He needs the watch time. I'm just here to have fun and make him get to his milestone. Hey, Nguyen Petit, how you doing, Nguyen Petit? Long time. How have you been? Thank you so much for coming in. All right. So without further ado, I don't want to keep Random J here. I think I only have like 1.5 hours of his time. I promised I'll take 1.5 hours of his time. Subject to you guys asking questions and things like that. Blessing Posh, I see you. Yeah. First question is, of course, the pleasantries. Born and raised in California, or you moved there? What's the story? How did you find yourself in your state?
I was born in Houston, Texas, actually, and
Ooh.
I lived half of my life in Texas, in the town called San Antonio, and then as a child, I moved around a lot with my mom and stuff, and we moved to North Carolina.
Yeah.
And at the age of 17, I joined the Army. I was 17 years old. And so I actually lived half of my life in North Carolina and half of my life in Texas before I joined the Army. So I call myself a Texalinian instead of, to mix them up. And yeah, that's it, man. I joined the Army at 17 from North Carolina,
You're young.
and been all around the world. I kept coming to Florida for vacation, fishing and whatever. And then when I retired from the Army, and I retired in 2016, and when I retired from the Army, I decided, you know what? If I keep coming down here for vacation, why not just move down here? So I ended up finding a house. Here I am. That's the
Make
story.
it at home. So follow-up question on just what you said. So what's like the ideal age for being enlisted in the army in the United States? I feel
What's the
17 is you're so young. Like what is the ideal age for being enlisted in the army in the United States Army? Because I feel
usually
17
18?
you're so young.
Usually the age is 18, but with a waiver, your parents can sign a waiver and you can join
Okay.
at 17. The reason why I did was I was still in high school. I was a junior in high school, and when I finished my 11th grade year, I shipped the next day all the way to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri from North Carolina, and I did basic training for the summer, and then which is 2 months long, and then they ship you back home to finish your senior year of high school, and you do reserve. You can get paid while you're in high school, doing the weekend warrior thing, what we call the reservists, the weekend warriors. It's called a delayed
Awesome.
entry program, and
And you served the army for quite a while, because which year was this? I mean, I'm trying to calculate your age in my head. When you
yeah.
left the army, because if you joined when you were 17, and you left in 2016, how many years did you give your country?
Um, well, I had to join the army. I needed to do something. I had a son coming,
Yeah.
so
Anyway,
there was nothing.
I will transition to that one shortly.
Oh,
I was asking how many years did you serve in the army? Just trying to estimate.
oh, 21.
Whoa, that's a whole adult. Like, that's a
Yeah, I
whole
did
adult.
21 years.
Welcome, Juba and Lady Posh. Um, I'm just curious. You said you've been around the world, courtesy of that. Which are your favorite countries to be in when you're in service?
Oh, I spent a lot of time. I spent some time in Europe, um,
Yeah.
Germany, um, Holland, Amsterdam. I went up to Holland. I've been to um, Kuwait. I was there in Kuwait for 8 months, and that was a really
Nice.
beautiful country. A lot of good people in Kuwait. Um, Qatar. I spent about a month in Qatar.
Oh wow.
Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan. I didn't go to
You've been around
Iraq.
the world.
Um,
Oh wow.
but by far as far as the coolest country, I'd say Germany. Germany was a beautiful place. It had lots of cool stuff, like a lot of history there, and
Yeah, I
I
can
enjoyed
imagine.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed Germany.
Nice. That's quite a decorated wherever. That was quite a great time around the world. Um, did you pick any languages in your travels? Like, I'm trying to figure out beyond American English. Yankee Kyle, welcome. How you doing? Yankee saying hi to you in your channel.
Hey, Yankee.
Yankee, thank you.
Yeah.
So, did you pick any languages? Can you speak like Arabic? Can you speak Kuwaiti? Can you speak French? Can you speak German?
I speak English and Southern. Uh,
Let me
Southern's
hear
kind of
that
like a,
southern accent.
yeah,
Yo.
Southern dialect. Yeah. Hey, I talk like this sometimes. I can tell you this and that, whatever. Other than that, man, that's it. I know a little bit of Spanish, maybe a little bit.
Oh,
I understand more Spanish than I can speak because I
interesting.
have 3 kids in Puerto Rico. Uh, I'll be in Puerto Rico at the end of the month actually to visit them. But they're coming. They're flying here next week. We're gonna go to SeaWorld and Busch
Nice.
Gardens in Orlando. So yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. I have an amazing friend from Puerto Rico. He's called Proud Mixed Child. He will be very happy to hear that. Like, he's very hopefully, if he comes at this point in the live stream, I will have to tell him that you have like support from Puerto Rico somewhere. Quite a list of countries. Quite a list of countries. You said something at the beginning of when you're just giving us that narration, and feel free to stop me if I'm speaking very fast. If my accent is not clear, let me know. I can switch. I can tone it down. But I'm sure I think we are communicating. Um, so you said that you had to join the army because you had a kid coming. So you became a father early, clearly.
well, this was before 9/11 happened.
Yeah,
There was no wars or anything in sight, and I the town I lived in was a very small town, maybe
yeah,
3 stoplights. There was not much job, opportunities there,
yeah,
and my my father, my grandfather, my grandfather's grandfather, all my uncles, they all served. So I was like, I don't know, I always wanted to do that, and I did. But I
nice.
was like, I was a musician actually in the army. That's what
You
I
can
did. I was a
sing?
musician. No, I
You can
played
sing, or
trombone. I
okay,
played
okay, okay.
trombone and an instrument called euphonium, which is a like a small tuba.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, that's what I
Do you
did.
still do you still play it, or
Uh, Last year I played with the community college jazz band, and I still play whenever opportunity comes. But mostly, no. I don't I don't play as much as I should. You know, I have a
yeah?
trombone. I just don't play it often. You know, but I still
Interesting.
play. Yeah.
Um, okay. Yeah. So you settled in Florida, and you talked a lot about you talked a lot that you had a son coming in. How was that experience of being a father? Because it means you got your kid so early, just when you're about to finish school. How was that experience? I mean, and you had to go to the army, so who was going to take care of your kid as the army? That early part of fatherhood. How was that experience?
It was just all how it unfolded. I didn't plan it. You know, it just how it unfolded, and I had to
Yeah,
do what I had to do. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Um, yeah,
yeah, definitely.
my son was born October 9th, 1995. He he
Oh,
and he yeah, he had a heart defect. He had to get surgery. You know, open heart surgery
yeah.
when he was a baby, and
Oh,
he was 3 months old, and that he lost oxygen to his brain, and so
ooh,
but he's here, he's good, you know. So if you ever notice my son, he's a little different, but he's special, you know. It's my
yeah,
boy, it's my best
yeah.
buddy, but he's always gonna be with me, man. He's my rock, man. Yeah,
Oh, you and your son always you're like buddies. Anytime I see you in your
yeah,
videos together,
yeah.
I'm always like, yeah,
Give
yeah,
him
you're like
boogies, you know.
buddies and stuff. Yeah. Um,
King
I'm just
Jason's
trying
right,
to,
guys.
yeah, and feel free to stop me. The next question I'm going to ask may be a bit sensitive. So you just joined the army, and your 3-month-old kid has to go through a heart surgery. Those don't come cheap. I mean, how did you like navigate that? Because I'm just trying to imagine an open heart surgery for a 3-month-old baby. Even just the mental, like disposition just to deal with that kind of thing. I mean, how did you handle it, and yet you just graduated from the army? Yeah,
It was it was rough, you know. Fortunately, I had my insurance, and
yeah.
that covered it. And I don't know if you ever heard of Duke University, but that's where the surgery was done at.
Just say that. Yeah.
Yeah, Duke, and in that's in North Carolina. And I had my insurance. You know, it's one of those lucky things. Lucky thing I joined the army. I had my insurance. You know, so
Yeah,
and the
I know.
it's one thing about the U.S. services, military. It's have pretty
Sorry.
decent insurance coverage. You know, so
So the timing was really. I guess it was right. Looking
it
back,
was
it was. I guess the
yeah, that's
timing
right.
was perfect.
Right. It would have
Yeah.
been
Oof.
several hundred thousands of dollars if I hadn't had insurance. You know.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So you just fresh in the army, you have to go for service, I guess. Because of course being a soldier means you are really sent for duties and things like that. And you have your 3-month-old alien kid who has just come from surgery. I mean, who was taking care of your baby or your son when you're away or when you have to go for work?
Um, my mother, my mother is my rock,
Oh,
man. She would if you see in my videos, I go to South Carolina sometimes, and that's where Jason is a lot. But she was like the best person. Anytime I had to go somewhere or travel somewhere, she would take care of him until I was able to get on my feet. But you see, um, I wasn't active duty. I was reserved, so I was home
Yeah.
most of the time working. And
Okay. Makes sense.
I'll, there's such a and ladies out there, don't take this with. I mean, please understand. I respect, but like there is such thing. You have deadbeat dads out there. Well, ladies,
Yeah.
there is such thing as deadbeat moms. His biological mother
Oh,
was one of them. So I chose badly with that. She hasn't been in his life since he was um,
born.
maybe 6 months old. So, I've been pretty much a single parent to him his whole entire
Jeez.
life. But my mother has been a rock. She,
Uh,
if I have to go some, yeah,
Back up. Wait. So Jason's mom. Okay, this is a bit heavy. A bit heavy. I'm just trying to.
she left.
She left at 6 months. The baby had just come from surgery. I'm just trying to imagine the nursing and all those things.
Yeah,
Any particular reason? Like, are there any reasons? Like, I mean, for you, that must have been ambush. You're a man, and sometimes I don't know. How did you? Yeah, Namaste, Yankee. Lakwita, nice
yeah.
to see you. Uh,
It,
Blessed.
I mean, sorry to those in
It's
chat.
it's
Yeah.
it's
I
heavy.
mean, you wouldn't think that that would be possible, but it's possible. So, I mean,
Oof,
but I have no regrets. Guess what?
I
I
know.
get to go and see his smiling face and pick on him, when I want and that kind of thing,
100%.
Yeah. So no regrets.
Yeah.
But I mean, but if I hadn't have joined the army, if he hadn't have come, there's no telling what else I'd be doing right now. So I have no regrets. He made me a better,
I
person. All of my children. Yeah. So yeah, hope that makes
I'm
sense.
just trying to imagine Jeremy, you are a young man. You're 18. You're still, there's still a lot of, and then now you have a son, and then the mom just chooses to leave, and I don't know. I can't even imagine your state of mind dealing with that. But I'm glad Jesus' grandmother was there, and she stepped up, when it needed to happen.
Give me one moment. I want to go grab something and just show you. 1 second.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, who are watching from Random J's house. He's just getting something like he's coming back. Stacy, nice to see you. Blessed, how you doing? Marlon says there is nothing wrong with saying deadbeat mom. I have two. Wow, Marlon. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Lucy Milton is saying, good job for raising your baby single-handedly with your mom's support. I really appreciate that. Laquita, nice to see you there. And then Les is here. Thank you so much, Les. I'm just waiting for my co-host to come back. Adam Somstead, how you doing? Adam, how you doing? How is your WH coming along? Uh, Jeremy has just stepped out briefly. He's coming back. He's getting me something. Baba, nice to see you. J3GS Farm, nice to see you there on Jeremy's house. Thank you so much for coming in. Ellen Cutie Pie, nice to see you. These are Jason's people, guys. I have to welcome them. Lily's here. Thank you so much. Okay, Jason is back, so we can continue with this.
This
Yes.
is my basic training book
Just hold
from
on. Just hold on. Let me put it on solo. Okay, show it again. Put it on solo layout.
this is my basic training book from 1995, and I'll show you a
Wow.
picture.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you a picture of me when I was in the army.
I can't wait to
When I
see.
was in, I was a little. 1 second.
Whoa! You're a young boy there.
Yeah, right there.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was a
That's
little.
amazing. That's amazing.
When I joined the army, Goga, I weighed
You are you are tiny.
120 pounds. I was a small guy. I weigh
You are very
180
tiny.
now.
You even look like, so your face is so small and everything. I'm just trying to imagine what did your mom think about you joining the army, Jeremy? If I was to ask, random question.
She loved it.
Okay. I was
She
just
always
like, the way
supported me.
mom sometimes come, that's my baby, that's my small baby.
No, what's funny, Goga, is my mom, the recruiter said, "Oh, he'll be joining the band. He'll never have to go to Afghanistan or anything like that. He won't even be carrying weapons." He lied.
Yeah.
He lied.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you're already in anyway. So there is
But
something you should
they
just
got
show us just show us the cover again. There's some nice gold thing I saw when you came with the book on the live. Um, oh wow. Bring it a bit close to the. Wow, that's so cool. How long have you kept
USA.
this engineer center? Nice. Yeah, congratulations for your service.
Have you ever heard of Brock
Everybody's just
Lesnar? Have you ever heard of
no.
the
Tell
wrestler
me
named
about.
Brock Lesnar?
Yes, I've heard of the.
He,
I've heard of the wrestler.
he was in my squad. Look,
Oh
hold on.
wait.
I'll show you what. Let me see.
Yeah, you can tell it's actually him. This
You see him?
face.
Brock
95.
Lesnar. Yeah, yeah. He was in. He
Awesome.
joined the National Guard, and he was in my squad. We were in the same squad in basic training.
Awesome.
Yeah, little
Everybody is saying thank
history.
you so much for your service. You have Odom
Uh,
is saying hi to you there, and you have all these
thank you,
amazing people.
thank
Sam
you,
Kendirim, nice
Terry.
to see you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I see a lot of people in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the bleed over of the audio. I see a lot of folks in the chat. I want to say thank you so much to everybody in the chat for coming in. Lucy,
Thank you.
Cherry,
Yeah.
Unbiased, Odom's Homestead. Oh man, there's so many. I can't. I'm sorry, I'm not
Don't worry.
responding in chat, but yeah.
Don't worry. I'm reading them for you, so you don't need to worry. When they chat, I can see them, and then I can just echo them to you. So I've welcomed all your people. JS35 there. Don't worry. I got you. And then True Life is saying you're still looking great. True Life, you are married woman. Why you like
I need to shave though.
have to come for this?
I need, I
True
need to
Life, your
shave.
husband is watching me, so I know these ladies. I'm like, your husband is watching True Life. Okay. Anyway, I know that's a compliment. Respect to you, Jay. That is from Lucy Milton. Thank you so much for that. I will transition to the next question because I got shocked there, and I think I like how Jeremy covered it. Jeremy, you want to say something?
J3's in the chat. He's another friend of mine. Yes, sir. He was in the army. He was a soldier for not long though.
Nice.
Not very long. He didn't join very long. He joined for a little bit, but then he went to school on a scholarship for wrestling, and then like 5 years later, he was in the WWF. You know, that turned into the WWE. Sorry,
I like how
sorry.
I like how his face hasn't changed so much. You can still see the chubbiness, and I could see it in that picture.
Yeah, the drill sergeant.
It's amazing.
I tell you, the drill sergeants used to mess with him a lot because of his size. I mean, he was the same age as me. We were both kids.
Yeah,
this is our drill sergeant. I'll show you. Right. Oh man, sorry.
Yep. Wait.
Can't see. So 1 second.
You can just point it and then we can see. Okay.
Right there.
Ooh, these guys are like, they are very serious faces.
Right.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Okay. He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin, doesn't he?
Definitely. Interested. Marlon is like, is that the late Senator John McCain photo I just saw? No, I don't think so. No, there's no John McCain there. I think it's just a random question. Baba, I already said hi to you, Baba. How you doing, Baba? I already say hi to you. I say hi to you, but I say hi to Sam Kendirim. Yeah, Sam Kendirim is all the way in Germany. And guys, feel free to say hi to. Feel free to go to the co-host's house. He needs a lot of support in terms of WH. He doesn't need the subscribers, but he really needs his watch time. So please support him there. You can watch this live stream there, and you can watch it here. Figure out but you can watch it there. It's perfectly fine. We are all here anyway. I'm going to transition to the next question, Jeremy, because you shocked all of us here. So Jason's mom wasn't there. You've just gotten into the army. You've gotten your first gig. You're probably getting your first salary. Jason is 3 months, has gone through an open heart surgery at 3 months. I don't even want to imagine how mentally involving that must have been. Yeah. How do you think your experience, especially as an army veteran, influenced your approach in terms of parenting and caregiving for your son? Do you think it helped? Do you think, had you not joined the army, what would you have done differently? Just a random question. It's a bit.
You mean how did the army help me to take care of my son? I'm sorry.
Yeah, not.
What was the question?
Yeah, pretty much like that. Like your experience in the army, generally as a veteran. Did it influence your approach when it came to parenting and caregiving for your son?
Well, just honestly, it taught me to be resilient and to, be real. I mean, you can't fake it in the army. So um, it gave me more opportunities than anything because my unit, my leadership was very supportive throughout my career. So
Amazing.
yeah, they were very supportive of anytime I needed something, to take care of him. They were very supportive with it. So I was just blessed to be around really good people. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Odom just made a joke here. Looks more like
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. He did, man.
That was funny.
Yeah. That mean look.
That's very funny. Yeah, that mean strong look. Anyway, well, I think well answered. I'm going back to having to deal with the open heart surgery. So Jason has come out of hospital. I don't know what the doctors said. But what are some of the so after I want to just take you back to that surgery moment. What was life like, especially for you as a dad, after that open heart surgery? Because I'm just trying to imagine how did you of course, just as it was recovering and those kind of things.
Yeah, I was going to, instead of finishing high school at the school, I had to go to work. I needed money, and even though I was in the army, I was doing it once a month, and at the time it was only paying like maybe $150 a month. Not much at all. So I would work jobs, and I went to school at night to finish my high school diploma, and which is a requirement in the army. You can't join the army without a high school diploma. Long story short, I would work. I had construction. I worked a roofing job in Myrtle Beach. There's a. You ever heard of Hooters? I put the roof on there's a Hooters restaurant there. I put the roof on there. I helped put the roof on that. But
oh, nice.
And then after I finished my high school I went active duty, and I had to go to school. But like I say about my mother being my rock, she was able to care for Jason while I went to. It was 6 months long. The School of Music in Norfolk, Virginia. So nice. She cared for him until I finally graduated from the school, and I was active duty, and I had my own house. And he came to live with me then, and I had daycare. I would drop him off at the daycare in the mornings, do my work, and then come back, and that kind of thing. So, yeah. I don't know what else.
And then somebody then, maybe curious then to just ask, What about how did you navigate maybe the emotional and the physical demands of caring for your son? While managing your own well-being. Just trying to see those dynamics, because at least the good thing, you have mom helping out, but on a mental level, like how did you manage just to navigate that emotional heaviness that came with that kind of
You
caregiving?
just you just had to man up and do what needed to be done. There was times where it wasn't easy. You see, Jason
Yeah,
is he. It was about he was about a year and maybe 3 or 4 months before
yeah,
I realized, and everybody around realized that he had a very he was slow with uh, his development. Developmental skills were lagging. He was 5 years old before he was able to walk. Um, he was too
5 years.
little. Yeah, it was like 2 years old before he was able to sit up on his own. I was told when he was a baby he'd never read and write, but man, that boy can read and write. He can talk.
He defied.
Yeah, he does it all. He's come so far ahead than what they said he would ever. I mean, there was a time when they said he wouldn't walk either. He wouldn't. Um, um, we'd send him to therapies. He had his speech therapy.
Yeah,
He had his physical therapist. And they would come to the house and work with him, or come to the daycare where he was at, and
yeah,
30-minute sessions and stuff like that. And I would work with him. How I taught him to walk, I'm gonna tell you. I had a bean bag. The bean bags you put
yeah.
them on the floor.
I,
Well,
yeah,
he like
yes.
we always tackled things. I'd say, "Sit, right?" Anyway,
Yeah,
so and I taught him, and I take the bean bag and I put it out further and further, and I'd set him on his, and he'd walk towards it and fall on it, and then he'd walk a couple
nice.
more steps, and sooner or later I was able to put the bean bag way over there, and he would head first, but he was able to walk, and he'd get to that bean bag and fall in it, and
Amazing.
then one day, all of a sudden, he was walking on his own. He started walking,
Wow.
like legit walking, and just not falling down. And oh man, it was amazing. And because
That
before that, he
moment,
would
that
scoot.
moment, yeah. How did you feel
I'm
in
sorry.
that moment? Because the
Oh,
doctors
yeah.
told you that he may never be able to walk. That moment when he actually made those steps without any support, what was your feeling like? I'm just trying to imagine your state of mind, your heart, and
I was just proud of him. Like, you know, because used to he would sit on his butt and use his
yeah,
hand. That boy had muscles because he would scoot on the floor. He would scoot
yeah,
just as fast as I could walk, and people would always stare like think it's weird and stuff like that. And that's just how
yeah,
he chose to do his. That's how he chose to get around before I was he finally started walking. I mean, we would go into a store or we would go
yeah.
into wherever. If you put him down, you can walk. I can walk briskly, and he would keep up scooting like on the with and that kind of thing. That boy could. I wish I
That's
had video of that because that boy could scoot, and his right arm used to be so strong as a baby because he would push his whole body weight up, with one hand and
just
scooting
able
his
to
butt along.
lift up and stuff.
Yeah, but
Amazing, amazing.
he's fine now. We moved around a lot. I've
Mm,
because that's the only bad thing about military. Excuse me, military is you move around a lot. Um, You don't ever
yes,
get
you do. So you
comfortable in
have
one
to.
spot. Every 2 to 3 years, you're picking up and you're
Yeah,
moving somewhere else. So yeah,
yeah. Alright. It's
but
I
he's
mean,
always been.
I mean, it definitely came with the duty. So I mean, as expected. That's pretty interesting. The next thing maybe I'm very curious about is in terms of I know the support systems in terms of your mom. Um, your mom being there and those kind of things. But are there any other support systems that maybe you had, especially when you had to now maybe be active in duty and Jason is growing up? Were there any like how was that? What were your support systems available for you? Maura, nice to see you.
Uh, I'm so sorry. I was reading the chat, and
Yeah,
for some
no
reason,
worries.
I wish I had better audio. It's my audio is
I,
horrible.
I I can hear you clearly. You can hear me as well, I guess. Um,
Yes. So, what was
okay,
the
cool.
question?
No, I was just asking about. Yeah, I was just asking about maybe just to shed a bit of light in terms of the support systems and the resources that maybe were instrumental for you, especially as a single father, just to ensure that Jason, as much as his developmental stages were slow, at least he could get to a place where at least he can walk, he can speak, he can those kind of things. What other support systems were there for you?
Well, in the military, they have a program called SNIRT. It's an acronym,
Hmm.
and it's called the Special Needs Resource Team. And
Yeah,
if you have a family member that has a disability, they get certified. Yeah, this person has a disability, and the military is really good about taking care of dependents with disabilities. Even to the point where sometimes they'll make sure that wherever they send you at next, that they have the
yeah,
resources available there that your family member needs. Um, it's a
that's true.
whole entire program that they have, and yeah. So wherever I was stationed at, they always had a resource team available to pick up where I,
Nice.
left. Plus his
Something like that.
school. In school, he had special education, and they do his annual IEPs, individual education program, or so,
Yeah.
can't remember what it stands for, but IEP. Um, uh, and
Yeah,
it was
you
great,
need to say
great
bye
stuff.
to LLC. LLC has to step out. Thank you so much, Unbiased LLC.
Thank you,
And
Queen.
then you have small water chatter saying, "Wow, the chat seems angry." Yeah.
Hey, small. Hey,
Anyway,
John. What's up, bud? The
yeah.
chat seems
So
angry. I hope not. I hope
yeah,
there's no
yeah.
anger.
It's probably no. It's probably because maybe they're moving so fast, and that kind of thing. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
probably that's a good. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, sometimes when chats are moving very fast, people are just like, "Geez, this is so angry." Anyway,
Oh,
I think yeah, that makes so much sense. Probably. Uh, what about you as a dad? Like, how did you find balance, or maybe even currently, how do you find balance between your role as a parent and even taking care of your own needs? As Jeremy, because of course there was
oh,
work, there was competing. Yeah.
oh. I just well, I mean, you mean now or growing up? When I was in the army.
No, no, yeah, just generally, of course, I'm looking at that time, trying to, you're still a young man raising a son and, trying to also
Oh,
balance your needs. Yeah.
well, after a few years, I had girlfriends, and I remarried, so that helped.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
nice. Okay.
if I didn't stay single forever, and
Of course, you're
so
very young. Anyway.
that was a big help and whatnot. So I wasn't always like by myself, and I always had
Yeah.
my like I said, my mother's always been. She even to this day, um,
Yeah.
she's older now. It's harder for her to get around sometimes, but Jason helps her a lot.
Oh,
With
nice.
help reaching stuff that she can't reach and stuff like that. So um, yeah,
Yeah.
and that helps me. So I'm
That's a
able to
great.
do like my trip last week to Maine. I
Yeah.
dropped him off with my mom in South Carolina, and then I was able to go up there, and I had no worries, even though I had no signal up there. There was
It's
zero
yeah.
signal. It was like in the middle of nowhere. But I mean, it was great. You know, went off just fine.
That's great. I love that. There's something we normally say about, sometimes when you think of yoga practice, sometimes you look at it in terms of, uh, last week, Drina was talking about self, that self motivation and things like that. I would look at it, you have a child who is differently able than maybe a child with special needs. And, sometimes that comes with some stigma in the society in a certain kind of way. And then I can even imagine just the resources that go into a child with special needs. They're definitely more than what you spend on on a regular child who didn't have any kind of thing. I'm just trying to imagine the people around you, your friends, the people you had to deal with around that time. What role do you think self-compassion played, especially in your journey, and how you cultivated how did you cultivate that? So I like what you said, I had to man up. But how did you cultivate that, just to be able to navigate that adversity, especially as a young dad? That self motivation, that
I
self drive, like, yeah, I'm just trying to imagine, where did it come from?
I don't know. I'd say the man upstairs, man. I don't know. I just I'm stubborn. I'm a very stubborn person. Like if I put my head into doing something, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep until I finish it. Um,
Yeah.
I never, you just gotta keep going. Never give up. As my goal was, I wanted to make a career,
Mhm.
and fortunately, I stuck with it. If I had given it up, then I wouldn't have as much blessings as I've had. I paid for it though. I've got some back issues. I've had some knees. My knees are bad, and different things like that. But other than that, I'm healthy. Still,
Yeah.
I'm able to take care of my family, and
Awesome. Awesome.
that's what.
How many brothers or sisters does Jason have? I'm curious because you mentioned you're remarried, you have
He
how old are
has
they? Yeah.
he has three sisters and two brothers. Um,
Oh
so
wow.
yeah,
Jeremy, you've been busy.
yeah. I have
Just kidding.
the
Been
the
very
Brady
you've been
bunch,
very
man.
busy.
3 boys and 3 girls.
100%, 100%. Anyway, that was on a light note. Yeah, but yeah, totally well said.
But none
Um,
recently. None recently. So
I like how
this
you're
is
giving the disclaimer.
yeah.
um, Generally, I think I tend to I don't know why I focus so much on Jason. I even forgot like the siblings and everything. How is the
John.
relationship? How did they relate? How do they relate with their big brother? Because I'm assuming Jason is the firstborn for sure. Um, how do they relate to their big bro? How is that relationship with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, he um he gets along well. I have a really big family. Not just myself,
Yeah,
but my brothers and sisters and my mom and my cousins. And uh, they all if that's what you're asking, they love each other. It's just everyday life.
of course. Yeah,
But the,
like sometimes you hear like someone we hear stories here, maybe somebody got remarried and then now he's like, maybe your new partner doesn't approve of, these things happen, families, man. So yeah, so that's why it's always important just to understand the kind of, relationship maybe Jason has had with the siblings and
yeah,
and
yeah. Well,
yeah.
my ex girlfriend, after I divorced, I I had
Hmm.
a divorce in 2012, and then I started dating another girl, and she had 3 kids herself. So
Okay.
you know what that comes with, stepdaddy time.
Of course.
I didn't get
Yeah.
married. I didn't get married, but I was like, but I raised them as if my own kids. I helped take care of them too, from the time they were young, and now they're out. They have jobs and they have their own little lives. It's great. Um,
That's their father. I mean, it doesn't need they don't need to like have been, but you raised them, you brought them up. You definitely are the father. All right. Lishan, thank you so much. Mitch, I don't know why Mitch is laughing. Anytime Mitch is laughing, I start. I wonder, Mitch, what do I have on my face? Anyway, moving on swiftly. Don't worry, I'm almost transitioning. I'm just curious about this, and because I think it's always important just to clarify some of these things so that people don't just think it comes easy and stuff. There's a lot of inner work that also sometimes happens. How has your relationship with Jason evolved over time? You guys, as I told you earlier, you look like brothers when you are in those live streams, when you're driving together, like you just having the best time together. The other day when you had that drama, I think with the cops, and then I think the case that was in court, and you had to you brought him on live stream, and you had to, I think, you're telling him to say hi to people and stuff and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, how has that relationship really evolved? Because this baby had an open heart surgery at 3 months. If I do a quick math, born around the 90s, it's probably like 20 something, almost 30, probably. He's a grown man. So how
yeah.
has that relationship been? Yeah.
We're really close. We're really tight. We have our little isms that we do. We mess around with each other a lot.
Yeah.
Um, there's certain things that we there's certain hand signals and things that like that one day that was complete that I was on live. I was on the back patio on live, and then
Yeah.
he's all of a sudden he's in the chat. He's typing in the chat. I didn't know he was even in
That's
there.
cool.
It was just out of the blue, and then he come out here and was like, "Woo, I'm gonna get you," and then he'll do the neck thing. He'll grab my neck. We play around a lot,
Yeah.
um, and just joke around. He yeah, but he does that with everybody. Jason will walk into any place, even today, and
Yeah.
he he will just randomly say, "Hey, how are you?" He'll just um, you know talk to people and greet everybody the same. There was
Yeah.
a senator. I don't know if you've seen this one video a few months, maybe a couple months back. I was in Orlando for a conference there, and a U.S. senator was there. I don't remember his name was, Tim Scott or something like that. He was walking around the lobby, and there was
Yeah.
security people around, and I shook the guy's hand, the senator, and
Yeah.
The senator reached out to shake Jason's hand, and Jason gave him a big hug. Hey, give him like that. I was like, and it was
I
like,
know
I
you're
mean, that's
busy
just
like
how he is. Jason is. He'll tell you. He'll tell you he loves you. He don't care who you are, but he loves everybody, and that's a fact. He just loves people,
that's
man.
amazing.
And um, he, I I used to have to. I grew up Southern gentleman way. You treat ladies with respect.
Of course.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
and no sir, you open the door for the lady, that kind of thing, and he does that. uh, he does
Yeah.
that. He'll open the doors for the ladies. Like if we're going to the store and there's a woman coming or a lady coming,
Yeah.
you open the door. That's what you do. That's what gentlemen's supposed to do. So yeah, he's a
Teach,
gentleman.
teaching them, yeah, of course, yeah, of course. They definitely doesn't fall far away from the tree for sure. Yeah, the
It's the
apple is
best.
definitely, yeah,
I have the most fun when he is in a video with me. I really do. He really brings out his character and it brings out my character because YouTube is about it's a character. You create a character, and um,
absolutely.
my channel is this is literally who I am. This is I mean, you watch my videos that I like to
You
explore, I
you
like to travel. That's literally who I am. I guess the biggest trademark would be
you live.
my skull caps. I wear these a lot, but
That one
that's because I'm
and
bald.
there's that top
Uh,
there's that shirt you like wearing, that the bright one that has patterns and stuff.
yeah. Well, these are
Yeah,
UV. These are
yeah,
these shirts are UV.
yeah. That one.
I have different.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Ah,
50% and sometimes 60% UV, so it keeps the sun
ah.
from penetrating
Oh,
as much.
okay, makes
There's a
sense.
lot of
Yeah,
sun here in Florida, so you got to
yeah. I
take
said
care
I
of
would
your
actually.
skin. So yeah, I wear these a lot. It just helps to keep the sun burn from happening as much.
Yeah.
You still get sunburn, but not as much. Yeah.
Can you share like an example of maybe a mindful, or maybe something, a habit? It could be a habit, it could be a practice that has enhanced the bond between the two of you. Like, what is that one thing that
Um,
yeah.
I got this little thing when if we're driving in the car, I'm driving down the road
Yeah.
and it's a long drive or whatever. I'll mess with him sometimes, and I have this little thing where my hand becomes a dinosaur, and I'll
You
be
do it
like,
even in the live.
yeah. And what I'll do is I'll act like it's coughing. I'll go,
Yeah.
oh no, Jason, what's wrong with him? He needs a kiss, son. Help him. And then he'll pick. This is no. He'll pick my hand up, and then it'll fall on the
Yeah.
ground. Oh no! And he laughs like that. He'll laugh, and then he'll pick it up, and then and that kind of. And then I'll grab his knee, I'll squeeze his knee, and yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. That's probably one of the cool. I don't know if that's what you're asking, but that's little
Yeah,
things that
that's
we
that.
do.
It was just that one thing, because I can even see how you're brightening and just glowing talking about it. Steph, nice to see you, Steph. Steph, what have you been doing stalking my live stream? Steph, I've been seeing your comments. I know you love me, Steph, but really, I like the comments you've been leaving on my Steph, what time did you get today? Aren't you supposed to be buying things and stuff? Odom says, I think I got sunburned today. Yesterday
Yeah,
rather. Yesterday.
yeah.
Odom says that. Ike here say that again. Ike went to Jamaica and then he got sunburns, and then people were making fun of him because he's black, and then they're like, "But we are black, we don't get sunburns." And then
Hey,
he was the
thanks.
perfect example that even black people get sunburns. Ike is on my side, he's one of my channel members. So he came from Jamaica and he had sunburns and he looked like he was wearing a vest, but those were sunburns. It was wild. It was wild. So totally, I
Yeah.
think I get where
Oh,
he's coming.
the tan. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, the tan,
yeah.
he had the tan, and then he has this max.
Well,
And they were like,
I have Florida feet, man. See, I haven't really wore shoes, but one time all year, and we wear a lot
yeah.
of flip flops here. But
Oh,
this,
wow.
so but it looks like I'm even when I have no flip flops on, it looks like I'm wearing flip flops because you can see the band on the foot.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why,
The
man.
bell, you have a bell. All right.
I got somebody ringing the doorbell. One moment.
All right. Okay, guys, let me give him a moment there just to, it's a great time to just have a commercial break and stuff. Yeah, so I can catch up with you guys. Who is here? Ike. Hey, MTC, how you doing? MTC is there. Blessed Mom is like, wow, wow, wow. I know. I like this conversation, guys. It's like one of the most amazing things. Cherry Poppy say, Adventures, thank you so much for supporting us on the other side. I'm on Jason's live stream as well. So this live stream is also on Jeremy's live stream. I'm saying Jason. Jason is the son, guys. These guys and the J's. I'm confusing myself. Um,
Sorry,
Ike says it took 6 months to recover.
my
What the
neighbor
fuck?
came.
I okay, no worries. You're okay, or do you have to step out or something? Just let me know. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, he had the tan. He had the tan on his. it was just the funniest thing. Yeah. Odom, do you have a tan? Let me just ask. All right.
He said,
Yeah. And guys, if you have anything you want to ask Jeremy while he's still on the panel, please feel free to drop it down on the chat. I'll be able to highlight it for him to read, and then he can respond to the best of his knowledge. Yeah, you can ask him anything broader. You can ask him anything about his time in the army. You can ask him about his son. Whatever it is that you want to actually ask. Feel free to do that. Um, I'm going to ask you one last question about Jason, and then I want to transition. Oops, where did he go? You got out of the meeting. Okay, the host dropped off. The co-host dropped off. Let me wait for the co-host to come back. The co-host dropped off. The co-host dropped off. So, Jason, just click the link and then you'll be able to come back. I think he accidentally did that. Yeah. If you're on Jason's live stream, here I am. I'm Goga. I'm from Kenya, so I'm having this amazing conversation with Jeremy. I keep calling Jeremy Jason. Wow, it's crazy. Yeah. So let me wait for Jeremy to come back. Jeremy, if you need the link, just let me know and then I'll drop it here. I think he accidentally clicked the. Yeah, no worries. This things happen. StreamYard. I know he's new to StreamYard, so. Nolly hoy! How you doing, Nolly hoy? Nolly hoy. Yeah, he dropped off. So, okay, he's back. What are you playing with?
I was trying to respond to somebody in the chat, and I hit the wrong button, so I'm not going to try to type on the phone. But tell your folks on your end that I said hi.
Yeah, don't type on your phone. Just type. You can. If you have your laptop, I always use my laptop to chat, and then I'm looking at the phone so that it totally helps me to whatever. But don't worry, I'm responding. I'm peeping on your channel because I have your live running and I have my StreamYard. Welcome back. Welcome back. I saw you saying you fell out, but now you're back in. All right. Yeah. So I was saying I was going to ask you the last question just based on this relationship between you and Jason, and then I want to ask maybe 1 second, the second last question, and then the last question now will transition slightly away from your son and your family into something else, and then I think we'll be able to. I think we should be able to be done by. We'll be done by then probably. What advice or insights would you give maybe a single parent somewhere, especially one who is trying to raise a child with special needs, based on your experience? What is that one advice you want to give them?
Advice would be that you're not alone. And I'm sure that out there, maybe in your chat or mine, that somebody probably has the same situation,
Yes.
But you're not alone. Use resources as you can, and do your best to keep driving forward and being, taking care of your daily life, and just know that there's a lot of supporting people out in the world that understand and have the respect and patience. It's not an easy thing, but that's what resiliency is all about.
I love that.
Sometimes you get tired. I get tired, but I just have to look and drive through it and take breaks as you can.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
I like that. How do you take breaks? What do you enjoy doing? I know you love fishing a lot. I see you doing a lot of fishing in your channel. What are some of those things that you love doing outside? And what has life? Okay, I'll ask the second. Yeah, just tackle that. Thank you.
Yeah, Bakal. Yeah, hey buddy. Bakal, he's in Poland. He's a great channel, Cherry. I enjoy the outdoors. I like not just fishing, but I enjoy listening to nature and seeing nature, seeing new places, experiencing new places, traveling. I like sunsets. I like gazing up at the stars at night. You know, that's my outlet. Another outlet I'd probably say is finding a project, finding a project and keeping your mind occupied. Um, for me, YouTube. Uh, Last year, up until this year. Um, I think February is when I decided I was going to start doing YouTube more often, and I look at it as a hobby now. You know, I do it for fun. If I ever get monetized, cool. If I don't, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I
It's your
literally
hobby.
do this for fun. You know, I enjoy making content, making videos, the editing. You know, I can create this story, try to create little storylines in
Yeah.
my, and I'm trying to learn more about how to do
Sorry.
that. No problem. And that's my outlet. That's my way to get away. You know, yeah.
How
Because
is yeah? How has the transition been after retirement from the army? Is there something that you now do, um, you know, post retirement from service, or how does that work?
I when I retired, I decided to I started a landscaping company for a little while.
Oh, nice.
I was doing trees, trimming trees, lawns, and stumps, pulling stumps out of the ground, and um, what they call stump grinding. Also, I got into that for a little while, and I did that for about a year and a half. But the majority of my what I call secondary income for the longest time was liquidating storage auctions, which is
Oh,
a really abandoned storage auctions. People bid on them, and if you win, you get all the contents on the inside, and then I liquidate them either at the flea market or yard sale or eBay or marketplace. You know,
yeah,
so I was able to make sometimes some decent profit off of that. You know,
good stuff. You have
yeah,
Caveman saying hi to you. Caveman is here. Florida Caveman.
Sam. Oh, Sam's in the chat.
Saying
Yeah,
hi
he's
to you
my.
there. Yeah. Nice. I like that. I like that. I like that. Um, I want to just pick your brains on something. Based on your life experience, you joining the army in the 90s, um, until now. Of course, you've picked a few lessons along the way. What would you say is that one or two values that drive Jeremy as a person? And what are some of those life values that you've picked, and you kind of treat you kind of like use them as your guiding, like your compass of sorts. um it could be like a principles, it could be something that actually drives you, like you wake up in the morning and this is what drives me as Jeremy.
Um, Legacy. Um, I
Ooh,
look up to a lot of my grandfather, my father's fathers. You know, I look up to them, and I want to be like him. You know, my grandfather was a huge role model for me growing up, and and
yeah,
he was a World War II veteran. You know, and it just I remember him talking his war stories and stuff like that. But we all had respect for him as a serviceman. Um,
yeah.
so and my grandmother was a servicewoman. She was a mom maker
Oh,
and stuff.
wow.
So anyway, I would say legacy. When I joined the army, I tried to picture is this how it was for him too, and that kind of thing. I remember in the back of my mind that always carried along with me until next thing you know, my entire career was done. Now I'm the old guy now. I'm the retired dude, you know. Um, but I
Legacy.
look at it. That's what drove me. Plus, I would say just being resilient, get knocked down, but just get back up. There's another day tomorrow. No worries. You know. Um,
Love
the
it.
other thing, another piece of advice I can give anybody out there is that if you're preparing a giant meal, you don't. don't cook everything all at one time. You know, you only have a certain amount of burners. You have one oven. You don't try to cook it all at once because you're gonna get frazzled. You're gonna forget something. Focus and slow down and try to take it a little at a time. And because some foods cook longer than others. And stuff like that. I hope
Yeah.
that makes sense. So what I mean is prioritize prioritize things in your life that can help you, and that can help ease your mind more, and you can have more clarity to not give up. I hope that you know what I mean. So
I get it. I think it's a very solid advice. And if you are to write, if you are to write a letter to your 17-year-old self today, what will you tell that young Jeremy who had just gotten enlisted um, now as this Jeremy on my live stream? Hey, Papa, nice to see you. So,
my advice to Jeremy back then would be invest in Microsoft, invest in SpaceX, invest in Elon Musk's Tesla. Invest, invest, invest. I mean, I would, man. I wish, I think about that all the time. I wish I could know now what if I could go back to high school years and know now what I knew then, I'd be a billionaire. But it is what it is. I ain't.
yeah.
Um, but I would just tell young Jeremy to not give up. Keep going. You know, but that's the biggest thing I
Well,
would do. I'd be like, yeah, man, invest in those online things that are coming up because this is all before. This was all like early '90s. This is when the .com
yeah.
started coming into. Yeah, it's great. Ducky's in the chat. Hey,
Investing
Ducky.
investing in micro. I like that because hey, Ducky's here. How you doing, Ducky? Ducky's our mutual
Yeah,
friend. I
Ducky.
love Ducky. We love Ducky. How you doing, Ducky? Nice to see you, Ducky. I see you there. Leah Balboa TV is also there. Thank you so much, Leah Balboa. We have Momo, my channel member, is there. Thank you so much, Tati. Tati, I see you there. Yeah. If you have any question for Jeremy, I'm pretty much done with mine. And in case you have anything you want to ask him, in case you have any comments based on what he just shared with us, you can drop them. I see a few comments. I'm going to read a few. Cherry says, this interview is very awesome. I love the fighting story, especially your son and your rock mom. Respect and prayers to you, Sir Random J. Ooh, it is so nice. Those are that's your compliment. You take your flowers,
Yeah.
and then you have
Thank you, Cherry Boy.
yeah.
She's
Then
she's
everybody's
been.
saying yeah, just say that.
I was gonna say that Cherry Pop Boy. She's got a great channel. She's always been really supportive. I see her a lot in my chat, especially on live. So
Nice.
I thank you very much.
Yeah.
Much respect.
Yeah, he was agreeing with you. He says he uses his YouTube channel to make friends and document his life. I think this is based on what you are saying. You do YouTube because you are having fun. If you get monetized along the way, good tough luck. I think I like that. Maura says there's
Well,
so much to learn here.
may I say
Yes,
one thing
carry on.
about the other chat?
Yeah.
What the gentleman said about to document his life. That's a really good point. Legacy. That ties in what I was saying with legacy because when I go, those I don't know if I YouTube's going to be around a long time. You go back 100 years ago, you got to read newspapers to see what people were doing, or read diaries. Well, these are
Yes.
kind of like our diaries.
Yes.
And now our great great grandchildren, decades from now or a century from now, can look back and say, yeah, that's you know what I mean, and see us as we are. So I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt. Sorry, go ahead.
Absolutely.
I think it's cool.
No, no, no. It's
Yeah.
good. It's you're the co-host. I mean, I told you before that when you co-host, you literally you can do whatever you want. It's you definitely have that. Jason Brown is saying hi to you, Jason Brown.
Ah,
Ducky has a
that's
question.
my
Yeah,
friend.
Ducky. Yeah, Ducky has a question. Please ask. I'll highlight it for him. Momo, my channel member here, is saying, Goga, if you ever host me, please don't ask me those hard questions. This is a crazy one. This one has been on my life. She's my co-host actually. She comes here, she just starts drama. She's only you can even ask her a question because she'll start singing, dancing at some point. She'll even forget that she was on the live stream. This one you can't even ask her a question, and she's a lawyer, so you can't ask her a question on live stream. She comes here to blow off steam. When you ask her a question, she's like, "Goga, where's the food?" Yeah. Balboa saying there. And then let me see. Ducky was asking a question. Uh, Ducky is saying, Jeremy, you live in Florida and I don't. I'm jealous. Ducky, what was the question again? Yeah. Jeremy, you can answer Ducky live. She'll hear you. You can just talk to her directly. Don't struggle typing. So
Well,
yeah.
Ducky lives in Southern California, so
Yeah.
she's got some beautiful scenery down that way too. I don't know what the weather's like, but yeah. And yeah, everybody. By the way, Jason Brown in my chat. That's my son Jason. He's in South
That's
Carolina.
Jason.
Yeah,
That's Jason.
he's at my mother's house in South Carolina because I had to travel back down to Florida, but he'll be flying back here in like 5 or 6 days. So, but yeah, he's in the
Welcome.
chat. See, I didn't even tell him I was
Well,
doing this. He told me.
welcome, Jason. It is really nice. You've been your dad and I have been talking about you. So I don't know how long you've been on this live stream, but good things, good things. He just said good things about you. He had good things to say about you, Jason. Yeah, nothing bad, nothing bad, nothing bad. Yeah, welcome, Jason. Jason is on the live, but Jason is on the dad's live stream. So if you're like watching us from Random J's live stream, yeah, you're able to chat with Jason there. I will say hi to him there because I have Jeremy's live there. Um, Thanks, Jason. That was a very inspiring story. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. I really appreciate that. Balboa, I really appreciate the compliment. Let me say that there's anything else somebody has asked. Ducky wants me to do dark pose. I don't even know whether there's dark pose, but I'm still searching. I will look for one. I want to ask Jeremy, what do you do like to keep fit? I know being in the army, definitely it comes with the territory. What are some of the like your routines to just stay fit and healthy and those kind of things? This is because Daki has asked me to do a yoga posture that I have no idea whether it exists. So that's why I asked that.
I just try to stay active. I don't. I jog sometimes, but I don't run as much as I used to. You are far more limber than I am, sir. You can stretch and do all that. I can't do all that. But I just try to stay
Oh well.
active. I keep physically and mentally just stay active doing something, and it helps keep me in shape. I mean, I might be a little overweight. I'm not sure, but I've been losing some weight lately. I switched to more diet stuff, that kind of whatnot. But I hope that makes sense.
I get it. Jason
Yeah.
is telling me, Goga, you like food. Jason, how did you know? Jason, how did you know? How did you know? Who told you that I like food? Have you been discussing with your dad? How did you know about my food activities? Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. I love food. No, I
You
can't
have a
even lie
pretty
about
good
it.
memory.
And then yeah. And then Ducky says, Jeremy, the life for your son always shines. Respect. That is from Ducky. That's a compliment there. Amazing MNG. Nice to see you there. Momo is back in the bush. Let me see. If not, okay, guys, any compliments or questions, ask. We're not going to keep the host long. I don't want to keep him longer than someone is saying hi to Poland there. Tak, nice to see you, Tak Vlog. Tasaniki, welcome. Thank you so much. Any question for him? Feel free to ask. Any comment? Yeah, and Jason, you can share anything random that you think you want to discuss here. I was having a nice conversation, and I think you are rewatching that live stream because I saw your comment earlier. And I like how Shannon came with notes. She's like, Goga, I have my notes here, and I'm like, Shannon, you don't need notes on the live stream. It's just a chat, just a chat. How is your YouTube channel like progress? Like, what's that? I know you are saying you do it for fun and things like that. How is that progress? How old is the channel? That is one. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Of course, other than you saying you're having fun, because I'm sure you discovered you can have fun actually with friends and meet friends around the world. Me being one of them. So how is that channel progress, and how are you finding the journey in terms of making
Well,
content?
the channel started in 2007. I was just randomly uploading different things, and every once in a while, I didn't really do it seriously. Um, I actually had the opportunity to become monetized before they switched over to the 4,000 hour. It was actually turned into a 1,000 hours at one point, and then or 1,000. It was in the beginning of YouTube. It was easier to become monetized, and I had a couple of videos that hit
Yeah.
like several hundred. Had a fish tank at the time, and that one hit several 100,000 views, whatnot. Anyway, but right now, since the beginning of this year, I started putting out more content and focusing on it more as a hobby. I'm almost at the halfway mark to 1,500. So I don't
Nice.
um I still have a long way to go, but I'm hoping that by the time I hit the 365 time frame, I'm hoping
Yeah.
maybe by December, November, December, I'll
That.
have, and that's with very little live streams. That's all just video content. Um, so that,
Yeah.
but I will
Don't worry.
try to do
You'll get.
more. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No. I mean, I'm
I
saying
will.
I'm just trying to echo. I'm just trying to echo your efforts, like, because it's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're already doing great in terms of. I know there are very few, and you don't really get to do much in terms of them, but it's pretty amazing. Like, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. So I was going to. So do you see yourself? Are you just going to keep it into random stuff, having fun, or do you see yourself changing a few things in terms of the content that you're putting up there?
I'm gonna try
And
to
you're
add more.
yeah,
I'm gonna try to add more comedy stuff. Plus,
yeah,
it's a Random J Adventures, and the reason why I call it random is it's because exactly that. You never know what I'm gonna upload next. It could be a fishing
yeah.
video. Or it could just be me walking around a store. But
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna start focusing on is doing more outdoor stuff, but also documenting regular life in different areas that I visit, and showing, because I have a big interest in that. And if I ever wanted to find out what it's like to visit Kenya, I can't go there in person,
Yeah.
but I can tune into your channel, and you have a lot. You're walking on the beach, and I can see
And yeah,
uh, the people, how they, and it same thing with Thailand or Poland with Kabaka. He's got a really cool video where there's this giant group of people in this beautiful green grass in a meadow, and they're all beating on these drums, man, in Poland. He uploaded the video. Yeah, it's a really cool video. I was like, I watched the whole thing. I was like, oh, this is really cool. I don't know what they were doing, but it sounded cool. It was like probably 100 people, all of them playing different kinds of drums, and just it was like a big group of everybody just happy. So being able to see life on the other side of the planet is a cool thing, I
it
think.
is it is amazing, and I like what you're saying. Hey, trumpet master, and Ike, I know he's hiding in the bush. Ike, trumpet master is calling you. Official Maura is complimenting you that you are a wonderful dad. Blessings. That is from Official Maura. Official Maura is one of my sisters here in Kenya. Yeah, and then Takatak is complimenting you. Thank you so much, Sir Random Jay Takatak. Thank you so much for connecting to Jeremy there. That's really, he's very supportive, by the way. He's always an amazing human being. Everyone is talking about Ducky is talking to Jason. Jason is watching TV. Also, while watching the dad. Um, And then Cherry says, I will share your very inspiring story, Random J. We learn while listening to your story. I love that, Cherry. Cherry, that is really good. We learn while listening to your story. That is actually the thing. Like, sometimes when you listen to someone's story and sometimes we beat ourselves over the most mundane stuff. And then you come and listen to can you imagine handling I can't imagine what I would have done if I was to handle a surgery, a 3-month-old heart open surgery, at that particular in my, if the tables were turned. So you learn that resilience, as he said. You learn how you have to step up from a very early age, and maybe that is what destiny had predicted for Jeremy. So it's really one of those things that you look back and you're like, oof, yeah, wow. So I like that compliment. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Random J, good looking. Thank you so much. Trumpet Master, we don't have food on this live stream. Trumpet Master is like all about food. Jason is saying, yeah, hot weather in heat index 97 degrees. Wow, okay, that's hot. That's really hot. Give us some of that heat. Yep. I don't think I see anything else on the anything random. Anything random that you feel you want us to share. I like the progress on the channel. You keep doing what you're doing, and I think it's fun. For me, one thing that I appreciate about this kind of connection is, I mean, I've never met you like in person, but here we are talking like we're on a video call or a conversation, and it's always just amazing how through a platform like this, I got to connect to you and I got to sit with you. You are across the other side of the world. I'm here in Kenya. It's just like mind blowing. It's really
Yeah.
mind blowing.
The future
Yeah.
is here, man. We're about to have flying cars in the world. That new company. I share what you say, man. I'm talking to you. You're in Kenya, which is 7 hours ahead. Yeah, 7 hours
Yeah.
ahead of my time. I think it's 7 or 8.
Exactly.
Um, and
Yeah.
then we're chatting with other folks from around the planet, man. That's the
Absolutely.
cool thing about this. Yeah, the community itself is the abilities that we have to communicate nowadays is so much. It's like the future. Like when I remember growing up as a kid thinking this stuff would never be possible. We saw it on TV or whatever, but this is real. Remember
Absolutely.
the really
Absolutely.
cool.
It's pretty good.
Not showing my, not
Any
trying
fine?
to, oh, sorry, not
Yeah.
trying to show my age
Just
here, but I remember when uh the live TV, we had the TV. It was just a console TV. They called it. It had uh 12 channels, and then the and you had the rabbit ears on the
yeah.
TV. Yeah, yeah. Anyways,
I
go
know
ahead.
that TV. I was around. I was around when that TV was there, and it was only black and white stuff.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
times. Um, Jason says, "I love planes and video games." Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's pretty good.
yeah. He loves
It's a
planes.
great. I remember what was that? There was one. I think there's a video I watched where you. I don't know what Jason was. What was that thing? Yeah, you were trying to get Jason to come on the live, and I think he was watching a game, and he was just like, "Dad, really? Why are you ruining my game?" Like it was a
Yeah,
whole, it was a whole thing, and you want him to come and say hi to people, and he's like, "No." And I think even as much as you dragged him into the live, he was still like concentrating on the game, and like it was like a very amazing scene. I just wanted to ask a follow up to that video because Jason is an adult now. Um,
mhm.
and you still use I guess you still have to like take care of him and everything. And I like what I think in the video you're trying to explain about guardianship even for beyond a certain age. Um, and I remember you are so pissed. You're so pissed in that video because I don't based on what had happened, the cops and things like that. How is that situation now? Like, did you get to navigate? Did you get those things done? Is it work in progress?
Yeah. I have guardianship over him, legal guardianship, which I never thought I needed to have, but I do.
Yeah, I was wondering why you needed it. Yet you're the dad. You've been with him. Like I didn't get that part.
Yeah, I did. It 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 protects him and it protects me. Um, I do have some attorneys that are that supposedly I have some litigation to be coming up because we're suing the sheriff's department over what happened. But that's been about 2 years ago now. I haven't really heard much about it. So if it happens, it happens. If it don't, whatever. Bottom line is, but I have guardianship with Jason. I take care of his affairs, and you know he he's we just live. I don't know how to explain it. We just take care of each other, man. um,
Of course.
he's, he's older. He's 27, 28 years old, and one day I'll have to look into some options as far as assisted living with him. But for now,
Yeah,
I'm physically, mentally able to, care for him. But I won't be here forever. And
I know. Yeah.
so I gotta start preparing a lot of stuff. For you know,
Yeah,
I got a
I'm
lot,
laughing because
a lot of work to do.
J- J- Jason is telling you, "Hey, Dad, I'm 27. Why are you giving me an extra number?"
Oh,
Like Jason is calling you out. Jason is telling you, "Dad, I'm 27. Why are you making me 28?" Um, yeah, some of us are very sensitive of our ages, So that just had a slip of the tongue there.
yeah, I told you,
He's like,
man.
"Dad, I'm 27. Who's 28?"
He,
Like,
man,
I love that, Jason.
he's like, damn, 27. I'm sure he's I'm sure he said it like that. He gets mad. He'll get mad when you call him the wrong age. You don't like that.
Yeah, because he's like, you're making me like older. Like, Dad, I'm 20. I'm 27. I'm not yet 28 yet. Yeah, like give me time. I'll get there eventually. And then Dak is like, I'm 58.
Oh wow.
That was a good one. That was a
I'm
good
full,
laughing
I'm
moment, I
40.
think.
Yeah. I don't
You're
want to say
what?
my age. How old do you think I am?
95, you're 17. It is 2023. What is
Oh,
95, right?
smart.
Guys, yeah, so 17 plus, yeah, how many years since 1995? A 95-year-old kid will be what? Oh, wow. You're like almost 50, right?
46.
Yeah, 40,
40.
yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Almost
still
50.
young. You're still a young
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, you're still a young,
That's
yeah, you're still a
that's a
very.
smart. That was a very clever way to figure it out, man. Good job. I like that.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
my
because you
brain.
said 17. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, almost 50, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because your story sold you out already because you said I got my kid when I was 17, then I joined the army. So I'm like, that was 95. So okay, almost 50. Goga, I love cars. Wow, Jason, I love cars too. I love cars too. Yeah, I'm pretty much done unless Jeremy has any particular thing he wants to ask me, but I like what he does on his YouTube channel. Please support him there. He really needs a lot of WH, so please give him that WH support. Let him get that 3K. December is too far. You guys can come through. What is this? Some of you, I always tell you, some of you, your cats have phones, your dogs have phones. What are those devices doing? Get that playlist. The good thing, he updates his playlist. Like, I think even the premiere that is coming up tomorrow is going to be thrown inside the playlist, so you'll be able to. It's very easy to like play and support it. I always find it easy. I just check the playlist. I see what I need to update, so that you can get that milestone there. Alice, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Goga, sir, I'm 35. Takataka, you're 35. I'm not revealing my age. Guys, I'm not going to be dragged into this age reveal thing that you guys have just started. Jason is the one who started this by correcting the dad. Now I'm being dragged into this. I'm not disclosing my age, guys. Very soon I'm not. I started this. I need to
Go.
old enough for sure. old enough. Yeah, old enough.
No, I
just
What drives you? What drives you with your content? I see you do a lot of stuff with the community as well, like with that organization
yeah.
that you guys did. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I like the community because I'm trying to like my mission was to try to get yoga to my community because yoga is very fledgling, especially in this side of the world. Then I'm African practicing yoga. I'm a man, so it already comes with like certain stereotypes attached to it. So one of the reasons I started my channel was just to break it down to the simplest person and to the dude bros who think yoga is very, it's just for women and stuff like that, and just to show them the possibilities. Yeah, so my channel is really focusing on that, but it has been changing as well because I realize I also like interfacing with the community, getting to know people and supporting them in whatever thing they are doing. And that's why it's always nice to have this engagement, the mindful engagements where people share their stories. And I always say, people, you learn something, even if it's not for me. There's somebody on the chat here who has really picked something from what you just said. And they always write me very nice comments on my Instagram. They tell me, the guest you had the other day, they really spoke to me in a certain way. So I was like, yeah, okay, we'll be bringing them every week, and then we see what happens. If we get somebody, if not, we can do something else. And I think it's been working pretty well. So I like that interfacing. I'm definitely, I wouldn't say like, I'm not very big on peopling. Like I can't. I tend to think I'm an introvert, to be honest. But when I come into this space, I think I just take a whole persona. As you said, YouTube, you are all characters. So yeah, when I get off YouTube, I become a different character. But I like just helping the community and interfacing with them and making people become the best versions of themselves. Uh,
I
by
see.
sharing
I see
knowledge,
you.
whatever it is.
I bet you could probably run for mayor or something like that, man. You could be a. You got a really good personality.
Political office?
Yeah.
No. Maybe. I'm going to disclose my age. By the end of this year, I'll be eligible to run for presidency in Kenya. So now I'm sure you can find something to Google and you'll be like, what's the age of a president in Kenya? Yeah, so I'll be eligible to be a president at the end of the year. Not planning to,
Okay.
but guys, that is my age. That is my age. Some people here are now going to start Googling age of a president in Kenya. And then you're like,
Yeah, I'm
okay,
about.
I can now know his age. Yeah. Any other question? Wait, Goga, sir, I'm only 15. Takatak, you're not 15. That is probably your kid or something. Goga, 24. Oh, yeah. If you say I'm 24, I am definitely 24. Takatak says I'm 15 years old. Guys, yeah, if you guys think I'm 24 and 15, I'm not going to correct you. I love it. Yes, thank you. I'm like Jason here. I like how you are understating my age. If you say it higher, I will not read. Yeah. Anyway, anything else you guys have in mind? If you want to ask the co-host, please feel free to do that. Anyone? These guys were trying to understate my age. I love you. I love you guys. Yeah. Keep guessing them. Just keep them under 30, okay? To make me feel nice about myself. Yeah. Sia Matunda, welcome back. Surely, Goga, who doesn't know your age? Last year in November, I attended your birthday party. Jesus Christ. These are the people who come for my party and they start reminding me like months later. Yeah, we did have a party on the live stream. Yeah, I need to make that live stream private.
It says here there's no minimum age requirement for a president in Kenya. You can actually be 18 years old and be the president of Kenya.
Wherever you are reading, I support. Saniki, can you delete numbers from my live stream? Why are you putting numbers on my live stream? Remove those numbers, Saniki. Why are you putting numbers on my live stream? It is you'll confuse the algorithm.
We started a trend. There, Goga.
Jason is the one who started this because you stated Jason to be 28 and Jason was like, no, I'm 27, Dad. Like
That's where it starts, man.
Saniki, can you remove those numbers from my chat? Why you? Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Hey Sue, how you doing, Sue? Sue, what's happening, Sue? I've been trying to play your videos to see whether those things are happening. Any progress? No email yet. Bad Files got money. They got their hours the other day. So hey, Bad Files, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah,
Hey, Bud Files.
Bad Files is very cool. I was telling Sue the other day that I don't know how she manages to like give shout outs to all those subscribers, like all the 1,000 of them. I'm like, geez.
Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Remember, yeah. So because we're just having a random chat, tomorrow, guys, you won't find this part on the live stream. I will edit it out until probably like the place where we say bye, and then yeah. So in case we discuss anything about our age and everything, no one will find it tomorrow. We'll have removed all the evidence. It will all be God. It will all be God.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for. I want to say thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
Goga,
much.
for inviting me. Yeah, thank you for inviting me to come in and have this chat with you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you honoring my time as well. Thank you so much. It's not easy, and sparing time of your busy schedule for us to come and have this conversation. Cherry says, I want to go sleep now. Thank you so much for the awesome story. Goga, thank you as well. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. The host is like, you can leave a pleasure. I don't know, Random J. When you're ready, just let me know, and then I will just let you have a moment where you can. I'll put you on solo layout, where you can maybe bring in the last words. You can give a summary. You can just like freestyle it. Whatever you want to like say, and then now we can, of course, encourage people to come and support your house, and then we can call it a night, or call it an afternoon. It's 8 hours behind. I'm like, it's it's like 9 o'clock in the evening here. So yeah. Hey Princess, how you doing, Princess? Welcome, 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 Princess. Princess, we are done. We've been having a great conversation. It's been 2 hours. And then John is here for you. John Southern Exposure. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Well,
yeah, that's from Random J's house. Somebody saying hi to you. Okay, John will come back.
Hey, John.
I like how
John's
yeah, I like how Jason is very busy on the chat there. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Jason, you need to ask Dad for like an allowance because you are like the moderator there. So
yeah.
Oh, you have a comment here from Maura. She says, I'm raising a teen and this was a much needed conversation. I have gathered a lot. See, our work is done here. So if listening to Jeremy is what you needed to do as a mother, I mean, I'm so happy. That's pretty good. Oh my goodness, I just got home. Goga. No worries, Princess. You can always replay. It's perfectly fine. No pressure. Okay, guys, I will let the co-host now sign out and say whatever he wants to say, his parting words, and then we can end the show. Okay, I'll put him on solo layout and then I'll bring him back later and then we can say bye. Okay, there you go.
Well, I don't
take it away.
Hey, everybody. So this was a very interesting opportunity. Goga reached out to me a couple of days ago, and this is really all going to be improvised. I don't know what I'm about to say, but I'm just going to tell you, thank you so much to everybody that has reached out and has been a part of my channel as it's been growing over the last year. I love you all. I look forward to making more content. I have a premiere coming up. I think it's tonight. And it's just documenting the rest of the trip from when I went to Maine last week. I'm trying to focus more into documenting the areas that I'm at, the buildings. Like I went to the airport and in Hartford, Connecticut, and just having some comedy put in there too. But for those single mothers and fathers that are out there, don't give up. Just be resilient, and I hope that that we have other folks out there that are in the same situation. And we feel you. You know, we feel you 100%. That's pretty much it, Goga. That's all I gotta say with that. um,
Nice. Thank you so much for that.
and
Yeah, I don't know. Someone told me to ask you a question, but these are my people watch me on Facebook and then they send me direct questions on my phone because they are on
oh,
Facebook, so they're not on YouTube. So they're
oh,
asking you. Yeah, it was a very interesting question. So I said I'll ask you before we let you go. So he's asking, what are some of the values you got at your time in the army? That like what are some of those things? Because I think they actually work in the military, so that's why they're asking. I think some of this question, they work in the Kenyan military, so they're asking, can you ask the guests what are some of the values like he picked from the army, that even after retirement he still finds himself doing? It could be values, it could be habits, it could be anything. um
I would say with the U.S. Army, they're big on health, mental and physical health. And
yeah.
as far as values, um, it's there's a acronym we have in the Army, and maybe it's exists in the Kenyan Army as well. And the acronym is leadership. There's loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. It's the acronym is leadership, but that all they all stand for a word. And I was in 82nd Airborne Division. I was in the 101st Airborne Division. I was in the 25th Infantry Division. I was a paratrooper as well. Jumped out of planes, but
Oh, wow. Okay.
uh, um, being, but that's the big thing. Just like any other job, you started at the bottom and you gradually can work your way up. And I started at the bottom and I gradually worked my way up. And so you just you know your role and you just do your duties the best you can and follow the leadership acronym. And that'll help drive your
100%.
career. Hope that helps.
I hope you've been answered. I hope you've been answered. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence, Jeremy, and thank you so much for sparing your time of your busy Wednesday schedule. I'm glad we did this, guys. If you haven't connected to the co-host is also my channel member. Nightbot has already pinned the link up there, so you can check him out there. Give him a thumbs up. Give him like support in terms of WH. That's all he needs to get to graduate on YT. Do that. Do that for me if you don't mind. Please do it. Let your devices be busy. Okay. And then give him that support that he can get his milestone. I will now have to release him. Thank you so much. Unless there's anything
Very
else, I really
much.
appreciate your presence. Sorry for the technical issues at the beginning. I'm glad we did this. We did it. So feel free to end the live on your end so that I don't have to like keep talking and stuff. All right, guys, this was fun. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was fun. That was really fun. Great insight, great conversation, and these are some of the solid conversations you always want to have in this particular space. I want to just once again thank Jason for the time. Thank you for his insights. Thank you. Sorry, not Jason. I keep calling Jeremy Jason. Dad and son all have a name before them. Thank you so much, Jason, for Jason is the son because Jason is still watching. And thank you so much, Jeremy. Jeremy, for sharing that insight. It was a very solid story, being the heart of a warrior. I really appreciate that, Random J or Jeremy. I think this was fun. Unless there's anything else, I have to love and leave you. I will see you on Sunday for the Sunday service. To those who will be attending the Sunday service, I will be there. I think I'll be on my own on Sunday, and then we'll see you on next week. Will be my final live stream for this month because I'm traveling the other week, so I'll be off the Wednesday live streams for like about 2 weeks. So next Wednesday will be the final weekly check-in, and then now we'll figure it out. All right. So thank you so much. I really appreciate appreciate your presence. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you so much, Jason, for keeping the daddy's chat very busy and active. Thank you so much, everybody who joined us for this particular stream. I really appreciate your presence. As always, thank you so much for always coming through to support the Yoga with Goga space. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. And as you always say, namaste. Bye, guys. Ah. All right. I'll give you time to end the stream because sometimes these things normally take long before I start setting them up. All right. Take care, guys.